Today I'm going to be showing you how I make my beaded hibiscus inspired flowers. I'm going to be using a FireLine beading thread. These are the beading needles I'm going to be using. And then I'm going to be using size 11 seed beads. And then these are size 15 seed beads. These are technically optional, but really helpful for adding some of the finer details you can kind of see in this flower here. Alright, so to get started, we're going to use about 42 inches of beading thread. So get the thread onto our needle, leaving a small tail. We're going to start with the center. I'm using this dark maroon color, so I'm going to pick up 5 of those beads. And then we'll pull them to the end of our string. Tie a knot to secure in a loop. And I go around twice, and on the second knot, I loop it over twice. So we're going to go 1, 2, and then pull it tight, and that'll help keep it secure. Then I'm going to weave each end through one bead on this side, and then we are ready for our second loop. So I'm going to pick up one bead at a time of this maroon color, and we're just going to go straight through our next bead, like that. Then our next bead, pick up one, and straight through there. Pull it tight. And then we're just going to continue that all the way around. Go through those 2. Pull tight. And that is the end of our second loop. Next, we're going to pick up 2 beads at a time with the same color. 1, 2. And these are going to go through this kind of outermost bead. Just like that. Pull tight. Again, we're going to continue all the way around. 2 more. Going through right there. Go through those 2, pull tight, and that's the end of our third. We're first going to pick up one of our dark maroon color and go right through the next bead, pull it tight, like that. And then this is where, if you have the size 15 beads, you can use one. If you don't want to use one, you would just continue through these 2 beads right here. But I'm going to use these size 15 beads. So we'll pick up 1, and then we'll go across. So we'll kind of use these beads to fill in that little gap. Go right here. And then we're back to adding one of our dark maroon colored beads. Right here. Pull tight. Size 15 bead if you have it. We'll keep alternating that way all the way around. Go through those 2 beads. We're out at the top. Pull tight. And that is the end of loop number 4. So then we're done with our center color. We're ready for our main petal color. So I'm going to pick up 3 beads, and then we're going to put our our needle through this next outermost dark maroon color bead. Just like that. And then we're going to do 3 more. 1, 2, 3. Needle through this outer bead. And we'll continue that all the way around our flower. And then we're going to bring the needle through all 3 of these beads that we just added. And then we are ready to start our next loop. So here's what it should look like. And again, we're going to pick up 3 of this red color. And then we're going to go through the 3 beads, 3 red beads that we just added. This. Pull tight. 3 more. Weave the needle through. Pull tight. And we'll continue all the way around. Go through those 4. Pull tight, and now we're ready for our next loop. Okay, so now we're going to pick up 5 of these red beads. Skip over this bead that's kind of at the center, and we're going to go through these 5 beads and pull tight. Again, we're going to pick up 5, skip over this one, go through the next 5. Pull tight. We'll keep doing that all the way around. And then we're going to come out of this bead right here. So only going through 3 beads for our last set. What it should look like at this point, with the thread coming out of this bead right here in kind of the inner corner of the petal. We're going to pick up 1 red bead. We're going to go over 1, 2, and up through this bead right here. Pull tight, and then we're going to pick up 3 red colored beads. 3 beads, and we're going to bring the needle through this tip right here and pull tight. And then we're going to repeat that same step backwards on the other side of the petal. So we're going to pick up 3 red beads, going down, skip over 1, and then weave the needle through here, pull tight, and then pick up 1 bead, and the needle will go through that kind of inner corner of the petals, through that bead there, and pull tight. So it should look something like this, and we're going to keep going around in that way. So 1 red bead, three red beads, and then 1. And we'll keep repeating that all the way around. Sometimes beads spill. Continuing around. Okay, and then this one's kind of tricky. You have to go through the center bead again, and then we'll also come up through a single bead that we added at the very first step of this round. Pull tight. Okay, and that is what we should have at the end of this round. So now we're going to start by picking up one bead again, one red bead. We're going to use it to fill in this gap right here. So we'll take our needle up through these 3 beads. Sometimes you won't be able to get all 3 at a time, but you'll want to go up through these 3 beads and pull tight like that. Then we're going to pick up 3 beads. 1, 2, 3. We're going to weave our needle back down through those same 3 beads on the other side. Pull tight. And it should look like that little triangle. And then it's time to add our single red bead again. We're going to go down through this red bead. We don't need to cross through the middle. We're going to go straight across to this other single red bead. Like that. Pull it through those 2. Pull tight. And that's what the petal should look like after adding that step. And again, we're going to pick up 1 bead, bring it through just 3, tight, 3 more red beads, and then through the next 3 red beads, and pull tight, and then 1 more single red bead, down, and across. Keep going all the way around. Up through 1, 2, 3 more beads. And this is what it should look like so far. Alright, next we're going to add 4 red beads. And we're just going to be filling out the petals. So we'll bring our needle through this tip. And then pull tight. And the same on the other side. 4 more red beads. And then we're going to go down through 3, pull tight, and then we're going to cut across and just go up through this red bead. So it's kind of symmetrical. Just like that, and help pull it tight. And then we have to go up through these 2 again. So we should be the thread should be coming out right here again. We're going to continue all the way around the flower. Through the tip. And 4 more. Down 3 beads. And back up 3 beads. gotta make sure that you're kind of keeping some tension on your thread here, making sure you pull in tight. That will help give the flower a more 3D shape, bringing the petals in around each other. And then we're just going to come up through one. And that's the end of that loop. Here's what it should look like. We are almost done with the base of the flower. We're going to pick up 3 of our red color beads. In the center bead, we're going to count 1, 2, 3. Go through those 3, pull tight, go through the center bead, and then 3 more on the other side. And then we're ready to add 3 more beads on the other side of the petal. Pick up 3, 1, 2, 3. We're going to go down through this bead right here again, and then back up through the one on the next petal. And then we're ready to add 3 beads again. 3. Again, so we're going to go across all 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 beads at the top. Take it slow. It might take a few different passes with your needle to get all the way through all those beads across the top. Pull tight. And then we'll do the same thing back down. Keep doing that all the way around until we have all of our petals. That is the main flower shape. I'm going to continue weaving my needle up through the top of the petal so that I can add a little loop like this to hang an earring hook or even just a jump ring to add it to something else. So we'll weave up to that outer top of the petals. I'm going to go through the center bead and then the one directly next to it. And I like to use the center color for the loop just so it's a little bit contrastive from the petals. And for if I was putting it on a necklace, I would probably do 4 beads. If I'm putting it for earrings, I would usually do 6 to form that loop. So I'm going to pick up 6 beads. Okay, so then we're going to weave the needle through this one to the right of the center bead and then through those 3 centermost beads. Just like that. And then I like to go back around for a total of 3 passes with the thread just to make it a little bit stronger. That's 3 passes. Then I'm going to just make my way, weaving the needle back through our beadwork. We're going to make our way back to the center of our flower. We want to make our way all the way back to that inner loop, and what we're going to be doing is adding a bead to fill in this little hole right here. So you want to have your thread coming out of this bead. It's kind of the bottom opposite to our little loop. Then we're going to pick up one of our center color beads. We're coming down on the right side. We're going to go up through a bead on the left side that's perfectly opposite, like that. Hopefully you can see that. And then we're going to go back through our new center bead, pull tight, and then back through that first bead. Bring it back down. And then we have our center bead in place. And that's pretty much the end of the main flower base, what I call it. I'm going to show you right now how to make kind of the hibiscus style center details like this. But you can also just leave it finished as is this way. Alright, so we're going to thread the needle back through our center bead. Let's see how to show this. We're going to bring our needle back down in between these two threads right here so that we have our needle on the front of the flower. So flip it over. I'm going to pick up 7 of our red colored beads. Okay, so we have 7 red colored beads. And then I'm going to show you what I would do if I didn't have these size 15 beads. If you only have the larger beads, what I would do is I would pick up 2. I'm using yellow color. We're going to pull the red beads down. We're going to skip over the 2 yellow beads, but we're going to pass back through our red colored beads. And then you want to go back down on the other side of that center bead. This is probably the trickiest one to show. They're so tiny in there. But basically pass your needle back through the center of the flower. Pull tight. So I have you can see the thread coming out right here on kind of the bottom of that center bead. I'd go back up through the center bead, and then I would weave my needle back around, tie off a knot. But I'm going to undo that little detail, and I'll show you the detailed work that I do with the size 15 beads. But I also think it looks cute just with the same size beads like that. Back to just the 7 red beads. Now I'm going to add 1 of my tiny yellow beads, and we're going to pass back through the 7 red beads again. Bring the needle back down to the back, pull that tight, and then we're going to go back up through our center bead. Since our thread is coming out the bottom, we're going to go up through the top, back down again, and we're going to go back up through 5 red beads. So you have our needle coming up, but then we also have to come up through the red beads again. And then we're going to pick up 1 yellow bead and then go right through that next red bead. And pick up another yellow. And then go up through the next bead, which is our top bead. We're also going to go up through that top yellow bead. Pull tight. And then we're going to pick up 4 yellow beads. Alright, make a little loop with our yellow bead. The thread is going to the left. I'm going to put our needle back in on the right side of that yellow bead. Pull it through. So now it's a little loop. And then I go back through 2 more yellow beads and pull tight. And then we're going to go down through that top red bead. Pull tight. And that should leave kind of that little 5 bead loop at the top of our flower. All right, then we're going to add 1 more yellow. As we make our way down, we'll add 1 yellow. Down. And another 1 yellow. And then we can go back down through all of the beads. And then we're going to bring the needle back to the back side of the flower again. And then pull tight. Take some wiggling. Okay. And that is all of the beadwork. Now we just need to secure our thread by tying off a knot. And you can secure by tying a knot to kind of the beadwork within the flower. I tend to just go back to my original tail. That's why I didn't cut it off yet. Just make our way around. Then we're going to tie a knot just like we did at the beginning. 1. And 2. Pull that tight, then we'll weave the ends in and cut them off. Then we are all done. I hope this tutorial was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know and stick around for more.